the 2K leaderboard with the list of the league's top shot blockers from last season. Fifth is Tim Duncan.
I think he cares more about shot blocking than any other element of his game does. Takes so much pride in it. That's why he was where he was on that list.
San Antonio with the ball. Nothing yet up on the scoreboard for them.
And I can only imagine how frustrating it is to have to try to guard Nowitzki if you're a defender. He doesn't have to beat you off the dribble or back you in. That turnaround at 7 feet tall, effortless and efficient, and usually on target.
Now, here's Nelson after the miss from Tim Duncan. Ellis against Spartan. Ellis kicks to Nelson. Just 5 to shoot. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Ellis. Pushes in for a double-digit lead.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, I mean, they're just getting pounded in there. The defense not offering much resistance. They've got to force the ball back out to the perimeter.
Here's Green after the made shot from Monte Ellis. Parker up top. To stop the run. It's rebounded by Dallas. This, of course, their first chance they've had to see the San Antonio Spurs.
And, of course, they're meeting the team that was responsible for dealing them a very painful loss in the first round of the playoffs a year ago.
And Leonard gets it to go.
That's Coach Rick Carlisle with over 2 decades of experience in the coaching ranks, now in his 13th season as a head coach.
Now, here is Nelson. Chandler, the pass to Ellis. Parsons outside. There's the pass to Chandler. Lays it up and banks it in. Chandler's got his first basket of the night. And Rick Carlisle co-captained the University of Virginia team that made the Final Four. Won an NBA title as a player with the Celtics in 1986. And Clark another title coaching the Mavs in 2011.
That was really an enjoyable title run that he had with the Mavs. Did a fantastic job. He's had one of the better win percentages in coaching history. Tremendous tactician. Got to see him work up close during his time as the Pacers assistant coach with Mary Bird and then the head coach of the Pacers for a while. Certainly one of the highly esteemed coaches.
Now here's Green. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something. You're right. Shot clock at 6. Duncan with the screen for Green. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And a moment now to check out the lowdown on the numbers for Dirk Nowitzki. Coming off an excellent season last year, averaged 21 points a game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he was the top dog for them scoring the basketball last year.
Yeah, Steve, he led the way for everybody with his ability to finish off his chances.
We've got 1:18 left in the first quarter. And the foul called on Daniel Green. That's foul number 2 for him.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into very serious foul trouble early in this game.
Ano Ginobili, he's checked in for Daniel Green. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Brandon Wright's checked in for Chandler. Aminu comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Harris is checked in for Ellis. That's Felton in for Jameer Nelson. Harris dishes to Parsons.
Their offense has really come together immediately, threatening to run away with this game.
It's hard to imagine they'll be able to stay as hot as they've been so far, but if they can, watch out.
Parker again. It's Felton. Parker kicks to Duncan. Goes up on the wing. That's good. Duncan's got his first bucket in this one.
You know, as soon as he recognized the height mismatch, he immediately pulled up for the jumper.
As he should. That's a good decision. When he gets a clean look, he's got to take it.
Now, here's Felton. Up top right. Pass to Harris. A 3-ball. Good. Harris has got his first 3 points of the game.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Mark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
Good. A nice assist from Felton.
Defensively, this team is just giving up way too many open looks.
You're exactly right. And to battle back, they've got to shore that defense up, Steve.
Parker against Felton. Ginobili the pass to Bonner. Parker outside. 11 feet away, and he hits the jump shot.
What a great possession, guys. Got a really good look there.
He gets it up. Can't get it to go. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Mavericks lead by 14. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this.
Tune in for a scary night.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
It's pretty impressive the way they moved the ball, made the extra pass, and found open shooters that whole quarter.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort out there. Great to watch.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Felton is out there with Devin Harris. Then there's Al Farouk Aminu. Then there's Chandler Parsons. And it's Wright in at the 5 down low. Lock at 6. Here's Bonner. And the Spurs scoring again.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Mavericks leading by 12.
Well, what can you say about the Spurs at home? I mean, they've been dominant here for so long. It's a shock whenever they lose at home.
Now here's Parsons. He feeds it to Aminu. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play.
How did he get that to go?
Even after the whistle, I like the awareness, the alertness, and the presence of mind to finish the play.
Tyson Chandler is checked in for Dallas. Ellis comes in for Raymond Felton. The Spurs were dominant at home once again, as you mentioned, guys. 32 wins for them, Steve, and they shot great, absolutely great in this building.
Well, you don't win 50 games for 15 straight years, Kevin, without being dominant at home, and that's what the Spurs have done. So they just get the job done. I mean, they're tough to beat here in San Antonio, and obviously a wonderful shooting ball club.
And so here is Dallas. Chandler dishes to Harris. Chandler with the screen on Green. Ellis with it. Leonard picks him up. No problems knocking that one down. Aminu's got 5 points in the quarter.
Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
Yeah, it's something we haven't seen much of at the other end of the floor, though.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. He's checked in for Wright. And Nelson is subbed in for Harris. And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. Number 1, the Spurs. Second, the Mavericks.
Now, it's no secret that both these clubs rely heavily on the three-pointer. That was the case last year. What numbers? Wow.
Spurs trailed by 17. Parker outside. Green kicks to Leonard. Shoots it up. And all around that time before dropping in. Leonard's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Kawhi Leonard last season, upping his scoring and rebounding rates. He shot over 50% from the field, which is excellent for a perimeter player.
Now, here is Nelson. He kicks it to Aminu. Four on the clock. Here's Ellis. Shot no good. It's the Spurs taking it the other way.
It didn't matter that he was surrounded. He was the guy who muscled everybody else out of the way to get that board.
Parker outside. Duncan with the screen for Parker. Bonner no good.
Couldn't convert, but nice little two-man game there.
And it wouldn't surprise me to see them go back to that the next trip.
Count the buckets. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Outside, Green. Dish out to Duncan. It's Parker outside. That's good. Parker's got 5.
You can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Mavericks leading by 14. And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Well, you talk about the elite point guards in the NBA. A lot of times Tony Parker's name gets overlooked. Something about playing in San Antonio seems to keep you off the radar, but make no mistake, Parker is a true star and most importantly, a proven winner.
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Nelson with it. He's picked up by Parker. Nelson kicks to Aminu. Passes it to Nowitzki. A shot from the low post is good. He's got 7. And Parker Clark, a 6-time All-Star, 3-time NBA champion, heavily decorated player.
Yeah, he really is. And he's shooting to become the Spurs' first 20-year guy. He came to the Spurs in 19, so he's got an outside chance at it. He says his body feels great. The way Pop manages minutes for his guys, he thinks he can play at a high level for a long time. That'll be fun to watch to see if it happens.
Good story, you're right.
Yeah.
Here's Ellis, following the basket by Tim Duncan. And it's Monte Ellis with the finish. And that's how you exploit a gap in the D, I guess. Huh?
Yes, sir. No soft finish there. Major power.
He knows an opportunity for the highlight reel when he sees one.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, thank you, gentlemen. When the Spurs first acquired Kawhi Leonard, Tim Duncan was less than impressed. He said his shot was errant and, quote, he had a lot of work to do. But 3 years later, Duncan's definitely a believer. He said, I'm honored to be on this team because he's going to be great for years to come. And I'm going to hold on as long as I can. Guys?
He's improved every season, Doris. Thanks. Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession.
Well, we got a moment to look back to last year's Spurs right now. First in assists, first in three-point field goal percentage. And they were number 2 in field goal percentage. This is a team that got good shots on a regular basis and knocked them down.
And Clark, what you talked about that really resonates with me is the assists because they were the best in the league. Clearly a result of wonderful offensive execution and, of course, unselfishness. It didn't seem to matter who was taking the shot. That team always tried to find the open man.
And the best it could.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
Now, here's Green. Wyatt so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Parker. And that's collected by Nowitzki. Mavericks leading by 15.
You know, the Spurs, because of their way of conducting business and their low-key personality, have never really been ratings darlings for the NBA, despite being considered considered and respected as a model franchise. The team's color of silver and black, I think, fits their style. Not really flat or gaudy, but it does point out their business-like approach, how precise they play and how much they win.
Then you look at the Spurs' lack of branding. It starts from the top down, from Coach Popovich to Tim Duncan. They don't court media attention. They're close to the vest, all business, all about winning.
And the Spurs look for a certain kind of player, Clark. I know you're interested in this. The players they get are uninterested in the spotlight. Pop calls them guys that have gotten over themselves.
That's a great way to phrase it, because they're others-focused and not self-focused. And that's something that really lends itself well in a culture which glamorizes the I and not the group. And you can see it in the Spurs. They are all about business, and all of the extra stuff is not what appeals to them. They're interested in winning and having fun and enjoying each other. And that's why they're a championship organization and team.
That's a good blueprint.
Yes, it is.
Now Felton following the three-point attempt by Tony Parker. Back to Felton. From outside the arc. Good. Felton's got himself on the board with 3 there.
You know, defensively, you cannot forget about him. He gave him a wide open look there.
Parker passes to Duncan. Nowitzki with the steal. Here's Felton. Oh, that's blocked. They push it up 4 on 3. Shot is off. From downtown, another 3 for Dallas. And so a pretty lopsided game for the first half. Mavericks ahead, running away with it. And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, Tyson, what has been the key to enabling your team to control the tempo of this game throughout this first half?
I think the way we came out defensively, we locked into their sets. We're taking them out what they want to accomplish. Because of that, we're able to make some shots in the other end.
It all came together in that first 24 minutes. Tyson, thanks for the time, guys.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball shortly. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters.
Take a look at what Ellis has done so far. He's got 8 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense, playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
And here comes Parker.
Greg Popovich with 15 straight 50-win seasons as head coach of the San Antonio Spurs. What a remarkable streak of success. And I don't really think folks understand what that level of consistency embodies. He's widely regarded as the best head coach in the NBA, and for good reason. He's the full package as a head coach.
Green teams with Leonard on the wings. Connor is up there with Duncan. And it's Parker in at the point. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, last season, the Spurs made history, becoming the first team to finish a season with every player averaging under 30 minutes a game. Pop said, we've been resting guys since I've been here. I think it extends their careers. Kevin, the league once fined the Spurs $250,000 for resting their stars. But the rings speak for themselves.
And surprising that more teams don't adopt that approach, Doris. Thank you. Popovich in the top 5 in coaching win percentage all time.
And he's likely to remain in that lofty company. Kevin, he said he plans to follow Tim Duncan into retirement. Not a bad that plan. They pretty much came in together, so might as well go out together. And now a look at Jameer Nelson, some of the numbers on him, how he performed last season. Last season put up about 12 points a game, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. Backup point guard, always a very important position, and he fills that role nicely for them.
He does a really good job of it. You know, it's a lot harder than he makes it look when you're not starting to get into the flow of the game. But that's part of what makes him special.
Dallas calls timeout. These teams were last season's best passers. The squads with the most assists in the NBA. Number 1, the Spurs.
Wasn't it fun to watch this club, the way they moved the ball and shared it and played so unselfishly? That's why you saw those great assist numbers.
And the Mavericks with possession here. Looking ahead, they've got the Jazz coming into town for the next game. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Yeah, and you know the fans out in Utah are hoping for a win. That's a big game.
Dallas can't get it to go.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
Knocked away. Nowitzki with the steal. Parsons with it. Leonard picks him up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Chandler Parsons, a second-round pick by the Rockets out of Florida back in 2011. Steve, what a find.
Yeah, I mean, from day one, he looked ready to play at the NBA level. I mean, the speed wasn't too much for him. His skill level translated beautifully. And he's improved every season. His three-point shooting is getting better. But the ability to do so many things makes him a very effective player.
And Parsons, he's 6'10", maybe 6'9". 6'10" might be a stretch, but he's a good athlete, has a tight handle. I think the more open style of play in the NBA suits his strengths as a player who likes to attack in transition, is able to get to the rim, and has a really good basketball IQ, too.
Plays with great confidence.
He really does.
And Chandler likes to play in the move, even in the half court. He'll back up off the three-point line and get a running start on his defender.
He's got a lot of game.
Dallas shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
Well, how about last season? They shot 80% as a team from the free throw line. That's an impressive number.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Well, they need a shot or two to fall here soon. They're only 1 of 4 since the break.
Leonard against Nelson. Here's Nowitzki. He has 7. And the foul called on Daniel Green. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Nelson with it. He's picked up by Parker. Nobody near Parsons. The basket good off the assist from Nelson. Nelson's got assist number 5 here tonight. The Spurs have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Duncan with a screen on Ellis. Spurs working the ball around now. There's Parker with the 3. Good! Parker's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Oh, the rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
I thought it might be a little imprudent to try to get those points right back, but it worked.
Now, here is Nelson. Feeds it to Nowitzki. It's stolen by Green. Down low. Here's Leonard. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Boy, extremely opportunistic defense leading to those points there.
That dunk, Clark, coming within seconds of the steal.
Love the way they convert from defense to offense.
But that's what happens when you get all 5 guys on a string defensively ready to react and make a play.
And that one's good.
And they've set up countless buckets off assists. That's a huge part of what they've been doing here today.
A lot of dime dropping going on out there, Steve.
Now here's Duncan. He dishes it to Parker. Shoots the 3. The shot no good. And it's Dallas the other way.
He has not been on his game. And, you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
His tenacity getting to the basket there, even though the dunk rattled out. 99 times out of 100, you'll get the dunk or the foul.
He put that lead pass in perfect position for his teammates.
The Mavericks will go for a different look here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Chandler. Aminu comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Harris is checked in for Monte Ellis. And it's Felton in for Jameer Nelson. Well, the popularity of the three-pointer at an all-time high. Stephen, I'm sure you can appreciate that. The league even discussed adding a 4-point line. What about that?
Please, make this go away, Kevin. I mean, it's just crazy. It's way too extreme. I think even the three-point shot is probably overdone to this point. So I would say 100% no, I am against a 4-point line.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
And if you think about a 4-point line and the possibility of that, a lot of players already shoot from way beyond the three-point line. Guys like Steph Curry, Jamal Crawford. I think it would be exciting to see. I don't think we'll go there, but I want the distance to be far enough away from the goal that players wouldn't shoot those 4-pointers all the time. It would be a specialty shot, and one that wouldn't become a real significant part of the game.
Here's Green after Devin Harris's score. 4 on the shot clock. And Duncan gets it to go in. Duncan's got 6.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball, just having their way down low. And I think some have worried that a 4-point line would make the league too perimeter oriented. I think it's insane. I mean, the 3-point line already stretches the floor and gives you an advantage if you have outside shooting. A 4-point line, to me, is beyond a rule. It's like a gimmick. I don't think it's going to happen.
And that one's good. Parker.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play it.
And it's Harris off the drive. Here's Aminu. Good. And Harris gets the assist. 7 points in the game.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Green with the ball. Now Felton defending. 30 seconds left to play in the third. Duncan dishes to Green. Leonard on the wing. He's covered by Aminu. Green kicks to Duncan. Rebounded by Devin Harris.
It's been a great day for them on the boards, Clark. That's definitely been a major factor in building this big lead.
And, you know, from a number standpoint, the advantage might not be that large, but they have been manhandling them inside.
Knocks it loose from midcourt. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. Chance now, folks. Let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
I was hoping we'd get a chance to see this one again. Thank you, Lonnie, and the truck for showing it. But it's passing like this that makes the basketball purists happy. This is the beauty of the game right here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the floor for Dallas, we've got Harris. Al-Farouq Aminu is out there with Charlie Villanueva. Then it's Brandon Wright. Then it's Felton in at the 1 spot. Parker kicks to Duncan. Parker inside. He's covered by Felton. Green, the pass to Leonard. Takes the 3. That's good.
Over the years, we've seen injuries bother the same people over the course of their careers, while other players seem to stay healthy. And it may be just genetic makeup, it could be off-season training, but it does seem that staying healthy can also almost be considered a skill rather than just luck of the draw.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Tyson Chandler is checked in for Wright. Nowitzki comes in for Charlie Villanueva. Ellis is checked in for Harris. And Jameer Nelson is subbed in for Raymond Felton.
Their prowess inside has been tremendous, guys. I mean, it's been no contest down on the low block.
And until they prove they can stop them, they ought to continue to pound it in low.
Well, here's Parker. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Chandler's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Kicks to Nelson. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Richard Jefferson. He's checked in for Al-Farouq Aminu. San Antonio's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Parker kicks to Green. To the wing on the left. Bonner dishes to Green. Now here's Parker. 6 to shoot. Back to Green. Deflects the pass. And they're moving it up. And Monte Ellis the bucket on the assist by Jefferson. 14 points for Monte Ellis. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Mavericks.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort as defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And the other thing they're doing is they're forcing turnovers and then converting those miscues into points at the other end.
Dallas has gone 5 of 9 when they put up the 3-point shot tonight. Nelson against Parker. Nowitzki sets a screen for Nelson. And Monte Ellis hits from deep. Ellis has got 9 points here in the second half.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a nice look.
Poor job by the defender to not fight over or around that screen.
Here is Bonner. And the 3 off target.
Got a good look, though. I thought that was going to go down.
You know, the D may have done just enough there to bother him and throw that shot off.
The Spurs have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Here's Parker. It's rebounded by Dallas.
An 8-rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Now here's Jefferson. Here's Nowitzki. Good. And a nice assist from Nelson. Nelson's got his 8th assist in the game.
Boy, they look helpless defensively.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Green passes to Duncan. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Ellis kicks to Nelson. Dishes it to Nowitzki. Rejected by Duncan. Green against Ellis. Green, the pass to Bonner. Nelson with the steal. Pass to Jefferson. Now Chandler inside. And he gets the bucket.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Yeah, not a lot you can do defensively when they continue to get the ball inside and get these easy shots.
San Antonio again missing. Dallas with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Outside Jefferson. To the paint. Here's Nelson. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Nelson's got 4 points this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what's been a big differential in points in the paint between these two teams.
Defensively, the intensity just hasn't been there. They've got to pick up the pace.
Parker's shot is off.
I'll tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, you can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for Dallas.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost them, but Clark, they really kept the ball under control.
I thought they were both focused and relentless, Kevin.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
This is really going to be a good win. They've proven they know how to attack this team, and I think it's important to establish that against a conference opponent.
I agree, because they're going to get together 3 more times this season. You'd love to get an opponent figured out early, and you're going to see them that often.
Duncan left side. It's deflected. And Nowitzki with the block. Dallas has gone 6 of 10 from 3-point range, up over 50% for the ball game. Nelson dishes to Ellis. Blocked.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
Duncan with the bucket.
Well, the pick worked really well there. Nice job taking it right to the tin for the layup.
for the Mavericks. They can just run out the clock. Nelson outside. Nelson left side. So we see the Mavericks taking the win here. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might...
Gentlemen, standing here with Jameer.
We behaving bad. We behaving bad. Fast one, slow one. We behaving bad. We behaving bad.
Here we go, huh?
Fast one, slow one. We behaving
Yo, when I was young, man, my dad had a house. I catch a contact and talk like Eka Mouse. Go to school, act like I'm pulling out. Kinda funny, cause I used to freak my teachers out. Like, dang, dang, diddy, dang, dang. Sin. So much me go teach you about piece of the one black Johnny and out in the club. Everybody on Sinatra. Look around. Everybody on Sinatra. I ain't talking about they call. I'm talking about and go ha 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 ha. I mean, just go bonkers, make the young go wild, and then go let's make the smile. They don't need binoculars. Make wanna pull out. They got you. Bang, ba bum ba bum. Parasol can. Ba bum ba bum. Monkey outside. Ba bum ba bum.